everyone, Brendan the Blind Guy here. Now, I know we thought we'd never see the light again with all of that COVID dirt that corroded the music scene and put so many people in their grave, unfortunately. But now I think it's time we start a revolution and charge that mighty vessel of rock and roll mountains back and start an Elvis Presley circle pit until we all fall down. And today I've got Paul from the mighty Kiwi hard hitters, DEVILSKIN, here to help us. How are you, Paul?
Oh, Brendan, I'm really good, mate. What an intro, man. You've just summed up our blooming entire catalogue. That's fantastic. Mate. Hey, it's a real pleasure to be on your show, man, and thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Okay, so now, God, it's been so long. Like, in this time 2 years ago, you just released your latest album, Red, which I was talking to Jenny, I think, that Red is a perfect title because it's like the color that best represents like all the most powerful emotions, like love, lust, anger, hate, anxiety, everything.
Yeah, man.
So how does that kind of precipitate through the stories on the album? Like when you sit down and actually go through some of the stories, kind of like bring us through where your heads were at with writing the stories.
Well, to be honest, we demoed 30 songs for the Red album, and we had to trim that down to 12. So we're having some sweet ass fisticuffs, blooming battles over whose favorite song has to go.
Yeah.
But these 12 songs that make up Red, really each one's kind of put its hand up and said pick me, sort of thing, when we're demoing them. And it didn't really become that much of a chore picking the songs, even though we would have loved to have recorded another 3 or 4 songs, but it just comes down to studio time at the end of the day. But we wanted the album to be an immersive experience for the listener. So we wanted people to put on track 1 and leave the album on, can't take it off. It's one of those albums, till it finishes. And it's got its highs and lows, and it's got its bright bits and its dark bits, and it's a journey. So we wanted to make it immersive. So Red really summed that up because it was more than just an album title. We're pretty close to calling it DEVILSKIN 4, but I think 4's been done a couple of times.
Yeah.
But it's just Red just seemed to suit everything that came up with that. And you're right, it's nature's warning sign, it's passion, it's blood, it's everything. And so it's immersive, and we wanted to capture all those emotions and all those different shades of red on the album with their songs.
Yeah, nice. And so for people who aren't aware, like the song Endo, that is an incredibly intimate song, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, too right, man. It's intimate. And, when it's funny because that song started life, we sometimes get a working title before we finalize the lyrics and it's got a title. So this song was called Cat the Bulldog for a while. Like we were even playing gigs with it called Cat the Bulldog. And Jenny turns around and she goes, "No, look, we need to call it Endo because it's about my endometriosis struggle, And so we were like, wow, that's really brave. And you sure you want to talk about that? It's like I say, it's an intimate personal issue. And she goes, no, it needs to be talked about. We need to sort of address it and bring it to more people's awareness. Yeah. And then when I found out a little, because I didn't know much about endometriosis, I'd heard of it, but holy crap, the statistics in New Zealand are awful. And so there's so many of our women that are in pain and suffering through this horrible illness, whatever you call it. But Jenny shines a light on it, and we've had so many women reach out to the band and say, wow, that you're telling my story with that, it's a nightmare. And I'm really proud that Jen was brave enough to stand up there and bear all,
Wow, that's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, wow. Well, she had a nightmare with Endo. She ended up getting these giant cysts removed, and it was really bad. It really knocked her around. It's a horrible, insidious disease.
Yeah, well, I know a few women with endometriosis, and Yeah, it's not nice. No.
No, sadly, it's more common than we think. But
Yeah.
I'm happy that we've got a platform that we can stand up and raise awareness for things like that.
Yeah,
And
definitely. And that's yeah.
yeah, and
I
Sweet
was just going
Release.
to say that's what people need to actually shine light on these things and know that we're not alone. And
Yeah,
yeah,
100%, man, 100%, Brendan. The song "Sweet Release" is about a young guy who took his own life here in Hamilton, our hometown, and so that was really poignant for us too. And we got the blessing of his family and used some of his bits and pieces in his boots in our video and tried to pay tribute to him. And again, it's like pretty humbling to have this platform where you can tell someone's story like that and
yeah,
reach people and spread the message that you're not alone. We're all here for each other, and you can reach out to people.
yeah. Wow. Oh, and well, on a more positive note, you
Yes.
guys at long last finally are going to be able to come out to Australian shores and do your magic on stages at the end of this month and May. So in April, May, you guys are coming out to finally rock
Yeah,
the
mate.
stages with your new music for your first ever headline tour. Because you've been out here
Yes.
for Download Festival and supporting Hailstorm, who I'm absolutely obsessed with, and Slash. So
Yeah.
now on your headline tour, kind of what can we expect? Because I know Jenny told me once that like she does acrobatics on stage and things get a little bit wild. And yeah, so shine a bit of light on what we can expect. And like for me being at the front row, am I going to have like pyrotechnics in my face, or like
There's
what can I
every
expect?
there's every chance of that, Brendan. But I tell you what, we make sure everyone's safe first. It's not like there's not going to be pyro, but we might have a few little special effects up our sleeves. But yeah, Jen loves to do a cartwheel when I'm not looking, and I just about bang into her every now and then, and she just skips about and jumps about the stage. She's super fit. She's absolutely been working out
Wow.
like a demon. Yeah, and just pumped. Everyone's just so ready for this gig. Nick, we're all just because we've had so many false starts. And
Yeah.
this album, we're still as excited about it as we were 2 years ago when we created it. And we need that cathartic process of being able to play those songs live to our Australian friends. It's going
Yeah.
to be great for us to do, and we're still really super proud of the album and feel like it
Yeah,
didn't
you should
quite
be.
get all the attention it deserved at the time because of the plague and stuff. So
Yeah.
you know,
Nice. Okay. So um oh, pardon me. So rightio. So are we going to hear any unreleased songs, some new songs? Because it has been 2 years, and so I was thinking, oh, I wonder if there's kind of some new music. There's been cooking in the past 2 years.
yeah. Well, we have been cooking, Brendan. We have been slaving
Ah,
away in the kitchen there. We've brewed up a couple of little honeys that we've been sort of playing live, but for this tour, it's got to be about red for us. It's got to, we want to play as many songs off the album as we can,
yep.
and we want to include some of our friends' favorite bangers from the past albums and that. But the new stuff we'll definitely have some on display when we come back your way, possibly October. In fact, it's looking very good. Like we'll
Ah,
be back in October.
oh, awesome. I'm keen. Okay, so I noticed there's a quote that Nick actually said that you guys are so grateful to your overseas fans who have proven their patience and loyalty. And when I read that, I kind of chuckled to myself because it sounds like a Darth Vader moment going, "You have proven yourself worthy, my young Padawan." So I just thought proven yourself patient and loyal and your loyalty. Now rise in rock glory. Anyway, so enough of my
um,
pop culture.
Nick's very astute in his thinking, and he, like the rest of us, we are super grateful to our audience and our friends because they've had to stick by us through all sorts of crap. We've got We've all been through the bullshit of the lockdowns and all the drama that goes with it, and people really need music again, so we are really grateful that they've stuck by us, and they've told us that they've stuck by us, and we're going to reward them handsomely when we get back there, with these live shows.
You will be rewarded.
Yeah. We're not going to hold back, it's going to be full on. And Shepherd's Rain are on fire, man. Such a great band, such a spectacle to behold. And I haven't been given the freaking final list yet, but I saw the short list of the local acts we're looking at in each town, and it's very exciting for me. So Either way, it's just going to be a hell of a lineup. And I think people are going to flip out a bit when they see Shepherd's Rain, because they're intense. They're great. We had to bring them with us. It's one of these moments where, hey, you guys come with us. In fact, we did exactly the same thing to a young band called Alien Weaponry when two of them were 12 and one of them was 13.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, love you guys, man. Come out on tour with us. And we took them out on probably their first ever tour with their mum and dad along. And, man, we had some fun. And holy crap, look at them now.
Yeah, wow.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah,
lovely
definitely.
Guys. Lovely family. And yeah, so very happy for their successes, and they've done so much to kick open the doors for metal.
Yeah, definitely. Oh wow, that's incredible, mate. That really is. So, okay, I want to talk. So, in the past 2 years with the lockdown and COVID and all the struggles, and so the live music scene can be challenging at the best of times.
Oh yeah.
So, and like one thing, like another thing that really needs to be more brought into the light and kind of discussed is really the mental health issues that have been exacerbated from the struggles in COVID. So how have you guys really stuck together and overcome, because I'm sure you guys have had your fair share of challenges over the past 2 years, but how have you pulled through and come out awesome at the other side?
It has been tough on everyone, Brendan. Like you say, it's there's no one that hasn't affected in some way or other, but I guess with us being a family bonded band, it's kind of easier to sort of rely on each other and know that we're going to get through this, and just keep believing in the band, keep believing in the music as we do, and keep writing and try and just it's hard to stay positive all the time, for sure, but you try and make a difference, and you just work your ass off. I've got a motorcycle club I ride with, and we did some fundraising a little while ago. Ended up getting 500 bikes on the road, and we raised money for a children's charity, and we raised $35,000.
Whoa!
And we auctioned off some DEVILSKIN stuff, so the band was really involved in that. Our name was all over it, and we auctioned off this amazing pack of guitar and heaps of merch, and people were so supportive. And we came out with 35K to give to this charity, and that translates to 250 counselling sessions for kids for a kid. So.
That is incredible.
So we all do what we can, Brendan, when you can, and we all know it's unprecedented times, and everyone's sick of that word because you can only use it once, really, can't you? So it's been shite, but we're just here to party now. The gates are open, the shackles are off. Let's go. Let's celebrate music again.
Definitely. Couldn't agree more. Now I reckon it's time we get exclusive, Paul. Just me and you. and all of our viewers, of course. But anyway, So what would you say an exclusive fun fact is about yourself?
A fun fact? Okay. Yeah. This is how I make friends backstage. So you get a bottle of gold tequila, not the silver stuff, the gold stuff, preferably 1800 or something expensive if you can. And a nice juicy Australian orange, because they seem to be the sweetest. A little bit of cinnamon, and you have your shots as you would with lemon and salt, but you got cinnamon and orange. It's a game changer. And I watch people's faces after that, and they go, shots with tequila didn't have to be so unpleasant.
Yeah.
Yes. And I go, I'll take it. I'm a genius. yeah, discovered that in Germany. It was a language barrier issue when I was trying to get a shot before we went on stage. They're like and schloppen boysten. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's it. And roll out with the cinnamon. It's like, we're not making a strudel here. What's going on? And yeah, delicious. So that's a little fun fact I love to share with people because everyone thanks me. But another little fun fact is I'm licensed to be in charge of radioactive material.
Ooh.
And irradiating equipment.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully your two fun facts don't overlap there, radioactive tequila shots. Well.
Yeah, man. I've never thought of mixing the two. It's a great idea.
Look, if we have tequila shots at your Sydney show and I start glowing afterwards,
yeah, we'll know something's up.
Yep,
yeah, man. Yep. I'll keep an eye on you. No, you worry.
Awesome. Well, now we've got to wrap things up, unfortunately, but I'm so keen to catch you at your Sydney show next week. I am pumped.
Yeah, so, me too, man.
We'll leave it with my absolute favorite question of all, and I think you know what it is, Paul. That's right. It's what the F time, people. So, Paul, you've apparently got some priceless stories cooking up your sleeve. So which one really takes the cake as being hilarious, priceless? What the F?
Okay, so this is a personal coup I pulled off. I like to set myself little challenges every now and then. I get a ticket to Ozfest when Ozfest was, and I fly over to the States and I'd print up these fake backstage passes, So I've always got a plan B somewhere up my slippery little blimmin' sleeve. Yep. So I was in Whangamata for this bike festival that was going on. It was a 3-day bike festival called Kickdown. It was so much fun. And we were playing on the Saturday night and there's a big ride on the Friday. Probably about 400 bikes or so. It's pretty cool. And I'm talking to the promoter, and Harley Davidson were all over it, so that the stage was the Harley Davidson stage. And we'd ridden up there and they'd done some video of Niall and I on our bikes, and they're just trying to promote this ride. And it was awesome. Great people. Anyway, so I cornered the promoter a couple of days before the event in the pub, and I'm like, yeah, so man, I can't wait for this gig. And when Niall and I ride our bikes out onto the stage, and he's like, what? I'm like, we're not, can't we do that, man? He's like, who said anything about that? And I said, what? I just assumed because it's the Harley Davidson stage and we've got a hookup with Harley Davidson here in Hamilton, New Zealand, so I just assumed so. Sorry, bro. And he goes, Paul, that's a brilliant idea, mate. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. So I'm thinking there's no way we're going to pull this off. And he talks to his health and safety guy and he's like, no way in hell. No way in hell. And then he comes back later and goes, you can have one bike. And I said, we're not going to ride up there with one bike. It's 2 bikes and nothing, bro. And they just took their health and safety guy into another paddock. Well, we did it. And they hoisted us up onto the stage from the back and we rode out for our first song. It was freaking awesome. It was my Judas Priest moment, man. It was just epic. So I was sitting there going, what the F? And my bike's parked on stage. And there's a moment where I blimmin' playing and I just thought, man, I can sit on my bike and play on stage. Well, this is mental. Someone got a cool photo of it. And I was like, this is surreal. So that was my WTF moment. And that was just January this year. So look forward to making lots more when we get to Australia, especially Sydney.
Wow, that's incredible. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been an absolute treat.
Anytime, Brendan. Anytime. It's great to see you. And thanks so much for your support, for plugging our music and for having our back for so long. It's been a few years now, man. And we really do appreciate it. So
no worries at all. We're
going to catch up in Sydney at the Manning Bar.
Yep, we definitely will. And get those tequila shots ready, mate. I'm keen.
You watch.
Sweet.
The Mexican Christmas. Good, man.
Awesome.
Hey, thanks so much, Brendan.
Thank you. Catch ya.
Anytime. Yeah.
Bye.
Take care. See you soon.
You too. Bye.